I'm Stephanie Chizik, Editor-in-Chief of CoatingsPro magazine. Joining us today is Steven Feldman, Director of Strategy and Business Development for Jotun. Welcome, Steven. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciate this.
So Jotun is putting out a new product to the US market, and it's called Jotacote Universal S120 with Covallox technology. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
My pleasure. This product is, first of all, not a new product. It was in development in Europe and South Korea for over 13 years for our marine marketplace. After 13 years of intense research and development, it was then released into the marketplace over there for our marine customers. It's been commercialized now and on 40 vessels for over 4 years. So it is out there. Where do you find a new epoxy with Covallox technology that's been patented that could prevent corrosion for 20 to up to 30 years? Unheard of. Major financial savings to our customer and also very friendly to our environment and to the user, which is critical these days.
Yeah, you mentioned the user. I think that's probably really helpful right here. So why don't you explain to us, how is it applied in the field? Is it different than other epoxies?
The only difference basically is you do not have to use plural component equipment. It is almost 100% solids, 0 VOC. I usually start off by asking the customer 10 simple questions before I even move on. When I introduce myself to a customer and I'm ready to introduce the Covallox technology, would you be interested if Jotun could provide a coating that, number one, could prevent corrosion for 20 to up to 30 years? The second thing, almost 0 VOC emissions. The third thing, the adhesion of the covalent bond that has been patented and put into the epoxy is 10 times stronger than the original hydrogen bond that you could find in epoxies throughout the years. We patent double lock the system. So you have a hydrogen bond and a covalent bond locking that epoxy onto the surface. The difference is the covalent bond is 10 times stronger bonding to the surface than the hydrogen bond, which allows almost no water to creep under the coating. It's almost reduces the carbon footprint and sustainability. And that's critical when you have a solvent-free epoxy. It's low to no odor. And because of its solvents, no solvents, it literally, you almost take away the risk of fire, which is critical if you're storing the material, especially in your own facility. It's got no HAPs, no hazardous air pollution, no crystalline silica, flexible and edge retentive. So it's flexible, it can go around an edge without cracking. It's a single coat system. It's applied, again, with conventional brush or roller, saves on VOC emissions, permits, and saves money on taxes. Would you be interested? Now, I've never had a customer yet say, I am not interested. I want rust. I want solvents. I love the smell, and I can go on and on. So yes, customers are interested, especially the 20 to 30 years prevention of corrosion using the Covallox technology bond that we've instituted into this new product that we offer. So yes, it's now brought over to the Americas, and I'm personally very excited about this new product.
Tell us about the Covallox bond and what it's doing with water.
Well, I'm glad you asked me that question. Let me show you on this video clip.
In typical epoxy coatings, hydrogen bonds provide electromagnetic adhesion between the epoxy coating and the steel substrate. Jotun's patent-pending Covallox technology goes beyond these hydrogen bonds, strengthening the adhesion further through covalent bonds that are 10 times stronger. Over time, water disrupts and replaces the hydrogen bonds between the epoxy coating and the steel substrate, dramatically weakening the adhesion. This would result in corrosion spreading underneath the coating. With the covalent bonds in Jotun's Covallox technology, this displacement by water is significantly mitigated as water is unable to break the covalent bonds. The double locking mechanism of Covallox technology ensures maximum protection against corrosion, which doubles the lifetime of the coating system. Jotun's Jotacote Universal S120, a fully solvent-free universal primer, is the first of its kind to employ the Covallox technology. Jotun's patent-pending Covallox technology offers unrivaled corrosion protection, securing lasting steel preservation.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for giving us an overview of this product that's, again, new to the US market. This has been Steven Feldman, Director of Strategy and Business Development for Jotun. If you do want more information on that product or anything else, do reach out to jotun.com or 713-860-8241. I'm Stephanie Chizik on behalf of AMP Media and Publications, and as always, happy coding.